Hi gang, how you doing? Stephen Mayer here. So I put up a wee thing last week there about doing videos, talking about specific subjects for there. Some folk put them on the post, some folk sent it in by private mail. I want to jump on the ones with private mail now because there was quite a lot of these coming in. Some were mental and some were just want to see where they think what my views on certain things are for there, right? So I want to have this one. I want to talk about a new relationship, right? Let's talk about new relationship now. Before I go any further, now I'm single, right? Um, but I've been in relationships, so am I experienced enough to talk? Of course I'm alright. We've all had our ups and downs. Everyone is, right? Anybody says they're not is not being honestly, right? Not being truthful. So I want to talk about relationships and. Some folks said, I just mention my name, I don't mind, I'm not going to mention any names. Right. I genuinely wish everybody happiness. I would never wish them to be unhappy, right? I think that's bad for me, bad for what I do in my job and everything. Even though I'm very unorthodox, and I just say it as it is. I even remember when I was at uni, and the lecturer would say as well, things that I disagreed on, and I disagreed on it because remember when one person comes in, one person has got a curriculum and they teach a full class on what it should be like. Some folk will say, but that's proven. Okay, well I've been a million counsellors, psychoanalysts and everything, psycho, whatever, you name it. I've been at them all, right? So, and the one thing that was always missing, really truly, was nobody would ever talk back to me, right? So I'm very orthodox. I will talk back, and I talk back with experience. I will never guess. I will never guess. I always say to folk, I'm not a man of assumption. I'm a man of observation. Right? So I speak on what's been, and I really see for there, and that's it, right? So I want to start off and talk about the relationship one first, right? Let's jump on that one first. Now, number one, as I said before there, right? I wish everybody happiness, right? Guaranteed. But you know what I say to everybody? Number one, see me into a relationship, right? Never ever ever set the bar high. Now, this is for male and female, right? Never ever set the bar high. You might get in there, so you're meeting somebody new, right? And it feels good, it feels great, it feels good in here, it feels good in there. Everything's all coming together, and and she's doing this and he's doing that, and everything's great. And you feel the need to, just let your world go, right? See, I don't believe that, right? I don't believe that. Now, some people, by the way, put it on the comments, right? Some people think that, well, without trust, what is a Stephen, this and that, right? We genuinely live in times where you really have to hold things back. You have to. People are different. Every X amount of years, people are different. And as I say, I'm generally talking for experience. I'm talking for also experiencing my clients that come in here. Never set the bar too high. What you want to be doing is saying, right, okay, right, say, I like him, I like her, right? We'll say this person, right? So I like this person, and what it is you say, right, where am I going, right? Now the first thing is, and it's very difficult, is you don't really think about the person you were with last, right? The comparisons always creep forward, right? They always creep forward. But at the end of the day, you need to try your best not to bring that forward. But he does that, she does that. That reminds me, my ex, this and that. What if? You're never going to know that. Never going to know that. I'm going to tell you a wee story, right? Stephen Mayer's always full of wee stories, right? Some people might say I'm full of something else, right? But I'm always full of wee stories. So I remember this person said to me years and years ago, my God, you can pick them, right? I said, okay. So I turned around and I said to this person, are you still with your husband? And she went, no, you know him? No. Okay. How long have you been away from him? And she's like, 3 years. Where's this gone? And I says, so what happened between the two of you? She says, you know what happened? I says, I know, but I'm asking you again. And she says, well, he was too time with me. I says, right, okay. And what happened at the end of it? She says, well, I divorced him. I says, okay. Right? Now I'm not slating this other person, by the way, right? And I turned around and I says to her, see, at the end of the day, nobody knows who we're getting. So she's turned around and said to me that I can pick them. That's a statement I just don't think anybody that should be labelled or put a label on somebody and say, You're always picking this, you're always picking that, and I just think that's just wrong. You don't do that. I don't do that, right? So it's end of the day, as I says to her, look, we don't know who we are getting. Nobody knows, and everybody jumps in with a different sort of attitude of who they are and stuff like that. You know, personally, by the way. Now, if there's anyone here says different, any exes that sees this and thinks different, they can come on here and put in the comments and say, I think you're talking rubbish, and then we'll get a wee debate going with that. But I think I jump in there, I'm straight as a die, and say, right, look, let's just see where this is going, right? But I just think that, as I say, people set the bar too high. They want to do this, they want to do that, they must do this, they must do that. And I just think that's all wrong. I just think you should just take your time with each other, and I firmly believe in don't live out each other's pockets. Don't be with each other 7 days a week and stuff like that, you know. Don't be in a rush to always text back. Don't be in a rush to always phone back, because that becomes expected. And as I say, and I'm kind of facing some stories for myself here and my clients, but nobody knows who sits down here, right? We know that. At the end of the day, it's when you sit there and you used to having a wee chat, and maybe you might be thinking to yourself, you know, oh God, that person before used to say that, and that might be, I might be. There is genuinely no two people alike. That's absolute fact. But comparisons, they come in, and it's called cause and effect. And cause and effect could be anything for, you know, like cause and effect with me. Let's give you an example of what cause and effect means in psychology. As when I used to fight years ago, right? And it's weird because I don't think you hear them as much now. Well, I've never heard them for a while anyway. As you would hear like the bells going for the chapel. I don't know if you still hear that now. That used to remind me that I had a fight coming up because of the bell in the boxing ring. That actually sounds daft, but it's a good example of cause and effect with me. So cause and effect is like, you know, somebody doing something, and them saying something, and how they take something, the cause of and what the effect of that cause, right? That happens. People, they drag previous relationships into the next one because they don't want to get hurt, right? And being hurt is horrible. See, your heart, heat, everything, horrible. You know, I know people can't sleep, can't eat, can't focus, everything for there, right? And it's horrible, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you can't eat and can't sleep and this and that for somebody who treated you like absolute shite. You know what I mean? And you have to keep thinking that. You have to keep thinking that this person before, you know, if they were true, if they were genuinely true and everything they wanted to do with you, they would have been there for you virtually through thick and thin. Now, as I say, nobody lives in harmony. There's always ups and downs with everything. But so you're in a new relationship, right? And it's like, okay, so where's this gone, right? This is good. This is great. Feels great. Buzzing. Boom, boom, boom. And I know that. I know that feeling, right? I used to get that feeling myself. I know what it's like. But I'm in a different world now. I'm in a whole new world of it's dealing with people, and I get more of a buzz out of that than actually being in a relationship. Now I've been single now for over 5 years, right? And it's the best place I've ever been in my life, right? That's not to say that you should be there, right? It's the best thing. To me, things that were pleasing me were actually hurting me. So it was just no meant for me at all, right? So we don't want anybody putting in the comments, no meant the right one. We don't look for that, right? Because as I said a couple of minutes ago, we don't know who's who, right? So where should you go in a new relationship? I think you should take your time, you know, take it easy, you know, this and that, blah, 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 and see how you grow each other, right? Never, ever discuss the previous person. I can tell you that right now. Never discuss the previous person. Don't sit there and go, well, he used to this and she used to that, and that. But I just think that is all wrong. That don't give the people that were way before any airtime whatsoever. And number one, they're not there to defend themselves. So you might be getting hit with a true story, you might be getting hit with a lie. People always look for a blind army. That's a wee saying that I put there. I think I invented that, by the way, so I need to look that one up. I've actually looked up. I've never seen it anywhere. I look for a blind army so that it's like I don't, you know, I want them to think that he or she's an absolute idiot. People that are bad, they end up tripping up themselves. So, and they end up. We live in an age now, really seriously, that people, you know, they're not stupid. So they can put things together absolutely no problem and go, No, they're not like that because I know that guy, I know that lassie, and that's not how they act. That's definitely not them. So don't bring your previous into where you are just now. No other name, nothing zilch, right? Now, this is examples a mate of mine's, right? He's not on Facebook, so thank God. And when he's with somebody, he wanted to know everything about the ex. Everything for sex, what they done, this, that, blah, blah, blah. That is so wrong. That's so wrong. You could be bringing up memories that that person doesn't want to hear. That doesn't. They just, no, it's not working for me, and it's probably took them a long time to get rid of it, and nothing for you. So you don't ask any questions on that. Never answer any questions on how many partners you've been with. Get that out the road. Get out the road. Never ask that question. You remember, it's not sit there and say, so we're growing with each other, we're only asking a wee question, and you know, they usually get to have a wee meal or something to chat about this and that. And what you usually find is that somebody will say, oh, he or she did this and did that, and the other person will say, my God, oh, they don't know what they've missed out on. Well, maybe they're lying to you. I just said that there. So don't bring all these things forward. And if somebody brings that forward, I would probably shut that down and you don't build on it. Aye, but and how did you... Because you're seeking information there. You don't want that information. You want to grow with this person, right? You want to grow with this person, and you don't want... That's baggage. All that is absolute baggage. So don't ask any of the questions for there. I find some people as well, as I say, this is... People's give me permission to say things like this, but it could be anybody, you just don't know who's who. And people talk about, well, I text him or I text her, and they never text me back. Now I would say, when did you send the text? About 5 minutes ago. They could be working, they could be this, they could be that, could be... You know, don't expect that text to come back as soon as possible. Give them time. You don't know what somebody's up to, you know what I mean? So, if you expect that, I just think you're after a very bad start. You send somebody a nice wee text, that's nice. It's good getting a text, by the way. Don't be lying, it feels great. But don't sit there and go, how come they're not texting me back? Honestly, don't jump down that road. Just say, I'm so happy I sent it, that's fair enough, blah, blah, blah. Right. Maybe down the line, if you're sending stuff like that and you're just not getting replies, as it goes on, the relationship goes on, you feel as though the person's know you, then you can't maybe think about it then. But at the start, you just say, I'm just letting you know who am I. I'm just letting you know what I think he is, and you just put it for there. So that's ideal, right? Another one I get as well is when people start to plan their future. They've only known each other about a week, and they plan their future. So wrong. I can tell you right now. Now, some people might, on the comments, might turn and say, well, Stephen, I'm with so-and-so and so-and-so, and we're happily married, and that. That is amazing. That's great. That's bump. But you know what? Very, 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 very few people get to that stage. Very, very few. Don't plan, you know, like, so if you, so say with Wayne's, and what would you call them? And say you wanted me to ask you to marry you. What would you like me? Don't talk about that. Leave all that. That's all down the line. Leave every single bit of that. Just sit there and totally enjoy each other's company. Enjoy growing with each other. Enjoy that, waiting for that weekend. That's what I used to like, waiting for that wee weekend. Yeah, they probably hadn't seen them all week. And it's like, you're looking forward to it, and they come up, and then you get loads to talk about, you know, we work and things like that, blah, blah, blah. Now, at the start, right, should you sound off about your work a lot and all your problems? Should you sound off about all that? I would say, I mean, we're only human, right? I wouldn't sound off about it, because you're going to come across as somebody who just nags 7 days a week, male or female, right? You just want to be giving it, you know, how's your week? Upside down, you know, and this and that. But hey, I'm glad I'm here. And you know what? That's gone now. That's, you know, 5 o'clock, that's it. Boom, I'm away for work. And I'm here with you. I'm here to... So it's not a case of, how's you? Aye, that's great. So then you start to enjoy each other again for there, you know, get out for a wee meal, you know, or a nice wee night and stuff like that. And you just totally enjoying each other. That's my advice. I'm going to keep it quite short on relationships. That's my advice, is to enjoy. Don't want to know gossip. Don't want to know information. Don't care what others think. Why you two or the other. They're no relevance to you one single bit. Another one is, right, this one cropped up no long ago. And it's like somebody walking up and saying, oh, I heard you're going out with so-and-so. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. As soon as that person, or if that person does you wrong, then you will make that decision. You don't make that decision based on what you've been hearing, right? You have to make up your own mind here, right? Now, we know it plants a seed, and some folk might say, what happened to me, and I was proved that they were wrongings. Of course, what's happened to us all? So, enjoy, totally enjoy, short and sweet. This is only, I think it's only 15 minutes here. I'm looking at that phone there. And squeeze that together. Anybody want to watch this, anybody that's in your relationships, and you might have a wee sneak and watch that, this and that, blah, 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 for there. Don't watch it with your partner and go, oh, aye, what do you think? Really? Don't, just for there, right? Here's another one before I end on this one. Should you tell your partner absolutely everything? No chance. No chance. Secrets are to be kept until you know for sure. I'm talking about years down the line, by the way. Years down the line. Don't sit and think that because you have told somebody brand new in your life all your secrets that, you know, they're special, and oh, he must think I'm special, she must think I'm special, blah, 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 this and that. I've seen people use these secrets. I've seen people give these secrets away. I've heard it myself, and I've shut the person down, and I've said, look, blah, blah, blah. Do not share secrets for there. Another one, another wee one that cropped in for there, right? And it was just, this is as a client that asked me this one, and it was a client that was going out on a new date, and they said, I want you to ask just one thing, Stephen. I want your view on it. I said, well, I'll be honest. And I mean, right? And he says, well, I'm going to take this lassie out, right? Blah, blah, blah. And what it is, I want to know the financial situation for that. Well, I knew what that meant right away, right? I knew what it meant right away. So, and I says, well, the situation is, mate, I says, I think that any guy going out the first time with a lassie, no matter what they do, right, I think a guy should pay for everything. You guys should pay for everything. Now, I really don't want to hear in the comments here, but gentlemen, this and that. See, that's years ago. That's years ago, or it's gentlemen talking, all that, right? It really is. You'll never convince me about that, right? I believe in share and share alike. That's what I believe in. And I would debate this one with absolutely anybody. Anybody out there. See, when you go out with somebody the next time, if this person, whether it's him or whether it's her, and they expect you to just constantly put your hand in your pocket, they don't do nothing about it, blah, 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 I think that's a problem, by the way. Right, I think that's a problem. Okay, now they might be in a very bad financial situation, but that should be spoke about, because that's something you should go to the road. That's something you should say, right, well, let's get all this out in the open, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I would help. If a girlfriend of mine was upside down, I believe I would help as best I could, without a doubt. It was all genuine. I would help as best I could. So, I think when somebody doesn't put their hand in their pocket, it's an absolute no-no. I've seen males do it, I've seen females do it. So, put that in the comments. Tell me what you think on that one. I think I've covered most things here. It's very, very basic, right? Because down the line, then you start to grow and you know each other inside out, and then things start to come to the surface and blah, blah, blah. Totally wishing you all the best in relationships and everything that goes for there. And people that know me have sat down with me and we've had these conversations, you know, and it's like, I think I give very good advice on it. Even though I'm single, there is no bitter talk. There is no time-wasting talk. I don't have any bitterness towards anybody that I've been with. And if somebody says, oh my God, Kai Briefy's saying he's a liar, please private mail me who said that, and we'll have a debate on it. Because it's my energy is all on my future, and that's where yours should be as well. So, look forward to the next wee video. Thanks for watching.